Hi guys, I'm Giga, and today I'll give you a quick and simple guide on assembling the Eldfall Chronicles miniatures. Let's take a good look at one of the ways I personally like when it comes to preparing miniatures for painting. I first like to get rid of any mold lines or residue. Even though the minis usually come very clean, almost without mold lines, it still doesn't hurt to do this. You can use either a file or a hobby knife. In this case, I'm using a hobby knife and I'm mostly aligning it perpendicularly to the surface, gently scraping so that the mold line peels away. Usually no cutting into the mini is necessary. This process is optional, but is recommended if you intend to paint the miniature for the best result. Then before I glue the mini together, I sometimes like to pre-fit the parts. If they don't fit together nicely, I recommend trimming the insert points a bit. Before we move on to gluing the mini, I'd like to show you how to straighten any bent parts such as this spear. Sometimes some long thin parts can get bent in packaging or transportation. But as the minis are made of high quality durable resin, it's quite easy to straighten this up. Prepare some hot water, but not boiling hot. Soak the bent part into it for a few seconds. After some time has passed, you will notice that the part has softened and became malleable. Use this opportunity to straighten the part and after that dip it into cold water. This will harden the resin again and the part will retain the new shape. Don't be afraid to repeat this process if necessary. This also works on already painted miniatures, however, I advise a bit more caution to not damage the paint. Finally, we can glue the mini together using super glue and we are done with this part. Alternatively, you can first paint the miniature before assembling it fully to reach even the most hidden places with your brush if you'd like. There really isn't a written rule to this. Also as a note, before you prime the mini, it doesn't hurt to wash it again with water and some hand soap to remove any dust or other residue. Lastly, let's talk about transparent acrylic supports. Some minis have aerodynamic poses and to keep them stable, we decided to include transparent supports for these. Currently, the Kitsune Spell Maiden is the prime example. As she has massive tails and stands only on one leg, its weight can pull it backwards, bending the leg. To avoid this, you simply glue the support in between the base and the heavy part. However, if you already assembled it without the support and you notice it started to bend, you can still straighten the part using the third step mentioned earlier and then add the support. I hope you find any of these tips helpful. Stay awesome and I'll see you next time.